Some of the details about Taylor Swift's lavish bachelorette party have been revealed, and insiders told The Sun that there will be at least 3 or 4 bachelorette-style getaways.
She's planning to have at least 3 or 4 bachelorette trips, which includes New York City, Nashville, Tennessee, Italy, and the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift is running the pop world and wedding planning like a pro, and insiders say the chaos is absolutely delicious. First up, the Grammys are buzzing as showrunner Ben Winston reportedly works overtime to tempt Taylor onto the stage, performance or not. And then, Taylor is going full bride era mode, with a bachelorette bash that makes ordinary girls' trips look like Target runs. Meanwhile, Kelce might be switching lanes career-wise, while Kylie gears up for her Winter Olympics spotlight. Spencer Pratt is quietly hoping for a wedding invite, and even Chris Stapleton admits he was blown away by her Eras Tour magic.
I took my kids to that show. It was awesome.
Show, Eras?
Oh, man, it's crazy. Every song was the production budget of most people's whole show.
The Grammys are coming. The calendar is flipping toward February 1st, 2026, and like clockwork, the Taylor Swift rumor machine is already running on premium fuel. This time, it's loud, really loud. The 68th annual Grammy Awards and Taylor Swift are once again doing that will they won't they dance, and everyone involved is pretending to act normal while side-eyeing their phones every 5 minutes. Behind the scenes, sources suggest awards producer Ben Winston is very much in make-it-happen mode.
And I was like, so I've got a few ideas for the Grammys. At some point we should talk about it. You're like, yeah, at some point we should just, whenever.
Even though Taylor's record-smashing 12th album, The Life of a Showgirl, doesn't qualify this year thanks to that October release timing. Tragic, truly. The Recording Academy reportedly isn't ready to let the biggest pop force on the planet sit this one out. Apparently the thinking is simple. Trophies or not, Taylor showing up changes the temperature of the entire room. Ratings jump, social media explodes, and suddenly your aunt, who hasn't watched the Grammy since 2009, is live tweeting again. The discussions revolve around more than just a polite red carpet wave. A performance is very much on the table, possibly something dramatic, theatrical, and very on brand for the showgirl era. Some even point to the visual world she's been building lately, including the dreamy, gem-toned aesthetics fans spotted in the Opalite lyric video, as proof she's in a full creative playground mood right now. Basically, if she steps on that Grammy stage, nobody expects her to just stand there and sing nicely. This is Taylor Swift. She shows up with concepts. And then there's the cultural swirl around her personal life, which the Grammys definitely won't mind benefiting from. Travis Kelce being part of her orbit only adds to the curiosity factor because every public appearance turns into a mini-event whether she wants it to or not. The Recording Academy reportedly knows this and isn't mad about it. And while all that industry buzz is cracking in the background, Taylor is also very busy switching gears into full bride era mode because the wedding countdown is officially on and the bachelorette plans are anything but low-key. With the big day inching closer, both Taylor and Travis are hands-on with the prep, but Taylor has mentally bookmarked one priority that deserves its own sparkle budget, a bachelorette party that makes regular girls' trips look like a carpool to Target.
She's planning to have at least 3 or 4 bachelorette trips, which includes New York City, Nashville, Tennessee, Italy, and the Bahamas.
Yeah.
She sees this as a once-in-a-lifetime moment and refuses to let it blend into the sea of predictable sashes, tiaras, and awkward bar crawls. This isn't about matching outfits and plastic champagne flutes. This is about crafting an experience that feels global, exclusive, and slightly unhinged in the best possible way. Apparently she's looping in top-tier planners and trusted assistants to make sure nothing screams basic. And yes, money is absolutely not the limiting factor here. Among the ideas floating around is taking over an ultra-luxury chalet in Courchevel, where the weekly price tag alone could fund a small independent film. Think private jets, full staff, a chef who doesn't believe in seasoning lightly, and nights out soundtracked by DJs she personally vibes with.
Some of the details about Taylor Swift's lavish bachelorette party have been revealed, and insiders told The Sun that there will be at least 3 or 4 bachelorette-style getaways.
If snow isn't the mood, a super yacht cruising around private islands is also on the vision board, with whispers of a certain famously secluded island being casually discussed like it's a weekend Airbnb. And because this is Taylor, there's even chatter about intimate, no-pressure musical moments, with legendary artists she genuinely loves possibly popping in, not as a performance spectacle, but as background magic for her closest circle. That inner circle reportedly includes longtime friends like Selena Gomez, Emma Stone, Gigi Hadid, the Haim sisters, and Brittany Mahomes, making this less of a party and more of an elite friendship summit. Sources add that Taylor plans to cover every single expense so her friends can just show up and enjoy, which she reportedly sees as her way of giving back after years of loyalty through emotional chaos and career intensity. As a final touch, guests are expected to receive custom friendship bracelets designed with opals and personal birthstones, valued at a level that makes jaws drop. While wedding bells and pop superstardom dominate one corner, another Kelce household is quietly plotting a whole new glow-up on international ice. Kylie Kelce is officially stepping into her Olympics era, gearing up to join NBC Sports for the Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Games, and honestly, this move feels like less a surprise and more like a finally duh moment. Kylie didn't just wake up one morning and stumble into Olympic coverage. She reportedly made her interest known way back during the Paris 2024 Summer Games, casually reminding NBC executives that she's not just a podcast mic with great opinions, but also a former field hockey player who genuinely loves sports that don't involve shoulder pads. That little nudge clearly worked, because she's now part of NBC Universal's Creator Collective, a curated group of 25 creators tasked with telling Olympic stories in ways that don't feel like a dusty history lecture. Her role focuses on spotlighting Team USA athletes during the second week of the Winter Games, sharing their journeys, personalities, and behind-the-scenes moments across platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and Meta. Basically, she's there to humanize elite athletes and make viewers feel like they're hanging out with them, not just watching them fly down icy mountains at terrifying speeds. Kylie's digital pull is reportedly a big reason NBC went all in. Her following has quietly exploded into the millions, fueled by her Not Gonna Lie podcast and her no-nonsense, relatable vibe that somehow works whether she's talking motherhood, sports, or social issues. The network apparently sees this Olympic stint as more than a one-off, with insiders hinting it could double as a soft audition for a bigger role when Los Angeles hosts the Summer Games in 2028. And as that Kelce Swift orbit keeps expanding into every possible lane, it's now pulling in some very unexpected names who are suddenly staring at their mailboxes with hopeful energy. Enter Spencer Pratt, who is quietly manifesting a wedding invite like it's the final rose on reality TV. Spencer recently revisited his long-running fascination with Taylor Swift, reminding everyone that their connection goes back years, all the way to a 2018 meeting that somehow turned into a long-term spot for her PR merch mailing list. In Spencer math, that apparently counts as being spiritually adjacent to the inner circle. Spencer is feeling cautiously optimistic about his chances, especially if the guest list leans large rather than ultra-exclusive. He's reportedly joked that numbers are his friend here, because the bigger the celebration, the better his odds of sneaking past the velvet rope. Those close to the situation say he's genuinely fond of Taylor, speaks highly of her work ethic and brand-building genius, and sees the potential invite as less clout-chasing and more full-circle pop culture poetry. That said, the wedding timeline itself may not be as locked in as fans assume. While the engagement announcement sent the internet into meltdown mode back in August 2025, insiders now whisper that the actual date could shift. The reason reportedly has less to do with floral arrangements or seating charts and more to do with Travis Kelce standing at a serious career crossroads. According to those in the know, Travis is taking a hard, clear-eyed look at what comes next professionally, weighing legacy, health, and future opportunities with full awareness that every decision ripples outward.
If my body can heal up and rest up, and I can feel confident that I can go out there and give it another 18, 20, 21 week run. Talk to a few people in the facility already, having the exit meetings and everything, and they know where I stand, at least right now. And there's a lot of love for the game that's still there, and I don't think I'll ever lose that. It's a tough thing to navigate.
And as Travis contemplates his next big career move, the spotlight naturally swings back to Taylor, because while she's planning bridal extravaganzas and bachelorette yacht trips, she's also still leaving industry veterans slack-jawed. Even legends like Chris Stapleton can't help but throw major respect her way. Apparently, he recently sat down on a podcast with Dax Shepard, and while the conversation wandered through family, mental health, and the usual celebrity confessions, Chris couldn't resist gushing about Taylor's Eras Tour. He reportedly took his kids to one of the stops and came out completely flabbergasted, likening the production budget of a single Taylor show to that of most people's entire tour. Basically, he's saying she's operating on a whole other planet of pop meets precision, where choreography, vocals, visuals, and sheer energy are managed like a military operation, but with glitter.
I took my kids to that show. It was awesome.
Show, Eras.
Oh, man, it's crazy. Every song was the production budget of most people's whole show.
It's insane. I know.
Chris was especially impressed with how Taylor delegates, trusts her team, and still manages to command a stage while simultaneously running, literally, through a 3-hour set that leaves most humans wheezing after a flight of stairs.
We talked to her briefly after the show, and she was like, yeah, I had to run. I would sing the show and run for 3 hours on a treadmill to get ready for this.
He apparently joked that he hasn't even attempted 3 miles on a treadmill, which honestly makes the rest of us feel slightly lazy for existing.
It's like, I don't run for 3 hours on a treadmill just to get,
Save my life.
Friends close to the conversation claim Chris also mentioned the duet they did together, the one fans love on Taylor's album, and how even that collaboration, recorded during COVID, left him honored and grateful. For someone with his vocal chops, calling Taylor a handful of people who can pull this off is practically a standing ovation in human form. After the show, Chris and his kids got a chance to chat with Taylor backstage, and he reportedly came away thinking she approaches her work with this rare mix of discipline, creative madness, and just plain stamina that most artists can only dream of.
It's an insane amount of work and energy to expend on something. And to delegate and to trust and to manage. And it's unfathomable. Only a handful of people can pull that off, and she's one of them.
Those who follow Taylor closely aren't surprised. This is the same person meticulously planning Courchevel chalets, private DJs, and opal-studded friendship bracelets, but even industry heavyweights like Stapleton seem to recalibrate their expectations of what a tour can even look like when Taylor Swift is at the helm. It's a mix of awe, inspiration, and the faint panic of realizing your own concerts will never measure up. And Chris's reaction perfectly captures the universal Taylor effect on anyone who witnesses her in action. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.